Hey guys, welcome to another video on the NavSim channel. For those who don't know me, I'm a commercial pilot and I'm also a very big fan of simulators. I don't fly for an airline, but I do have my pilot licenses. Anyways, today I'm flying the newly updated MD-11 for MSFS 2024. This is the art update, and also I purchased the extended simulations update. So they changed a lot of this new update. We have new sounds, a new textures and models, which looks like it's glitching here, so try to come back into the cockpit, see if that fixes it. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, the new texturing and modeling looks great. It's a big improvement over before. Uh, there is so many changes I can't list off the top of my head, but literally everything you think of has been changed. Systems, flight models, sounds, modeling, texturing, everything. They were in the freighter variant. See over here, the cargo area looks very good. I don't really have many complaints over it. I think it's pretty well textured and modeled. If we go to the outside over here, it's a little bit loud, but you see it's also looking very well. The sunshine reflecting off the plane, the rivets, it all looks really good. The textures are pretty high res. I don't have much complaints. I had this plane in MSFS 2020, but I wasn't the biggest fan just because the sounds, the texturing, the modeling, all of it. It wasn't the most immersive experience, but I definitely think it's worth the money now. So anyways, I thought I'd just go do a quick flight. We're going to be going over to Memphis from Atlanta today, and just show you guys my first impressions and initial review of the aircraft. So let's get the external power on.
Autopilot.
Put our iris on out. Love the sounds of the MD-11. We'll go over to the EFB. We'll import our flight plan. We're gonna set the. Actually, let me make sure. Okay. Let's set the payload and fuel, and we're gonna send the flight plan to the. Okay, we can go down to the FMS over here. My nav data is out of date. I forgot to update it, but okay. It'll initialize the IRS. So our flight number today, we are FedEx 1221. We're gonna be going up to flight level 320 today, and our cost index will be 51. There we go. We'll then go to where was it? This page. We'll fill all of this in. It's automatic on TFDi, which is nice. So that's good for now. We have our flight plan here. We can do our performance calculations, and I'll show you guys the EFB as well. So I put this in some brief here. This is all automatic. It's great. You can then see your charts and stuff. I'm not signed in. I'll sign in right now. There we go. We have the charts here, so we can input K, A, D, L. Okay. Where's the L? There we go. We can pull out our taxi charts over here. Perfect. Using Navigraph charts, so these are Jefferson charts. I don't see my aircraft position, I guess. It's not supported on the EFD. Anyways, so yeah, we have our charts in the EFB. If I go back to dispatch, we can then see the arrival airport charts, preloader flight plan, and everything. It's everything you need here. The UI is great. Otherwise, you can load manually over here, but there's really no need when you support it from brief. Here's your takeoff calculator. So we're going to be out of Atlanta. Our departure runway today is going to be runway 26 left. It's going to be Nassau. The truck transition. We'll insert that in. And since we're not flying on VASM today, I may as well just go insert the arrival into Memphis. LS18 left. on the Fancy to arrival laser check. Perfect. We'll shoot that as well. And then once our IRS aligns, we'll just check to make sure the flight plan is all good. So runway, what did I say? I think it was 26 left. Yep. Runway 26 left. We'll insert that in. You can import the weather information directly from the sim, which is great. We'll get our takeoff weight, so it's automatic. We don't need anti-icing today. It's a clear day, no visible moisture, no risk of icing. Packs we'll have on for takeoff. Anti-icing set is off. Flaps are optimum, and we'll calculate that. Alright, perfect. So we have V1 of 140. VR of 155. And a V2 of 169. It's going to be flap 12 departure. And we're going to be flex temp of 59. Perfect. Okay, so one cool thing about the MD-11 or just McDonnell Douglas aircraft in general is you have a dial-up flap system. So we'll just set flaps 12 here. And then when we bring the flap lever down, they'll go over there, which will give us flaps 12. Okay, so to show you guys the simulation of the extended sim pack. So yesterday when I was doing the replay, the replay as in recording my landing, like with FS replay or flight show recorder, so it's called. Yeah. Anyways, during the replay, like when I was just rewinding, one of my tires popped for some reason, and now that I'm in my next flight, it has persistent states, so we still have that tire failure. I don't know which tire it is. I don't know if you can see it visually. Let me see. There's no gear button over. Yeah, I can't see which tire it is. Anyways, one of the tires failed, so what we do is we then go over here to the extended simulation uh external application. We can reveal the failure status, active failures. Oh, so it's all my tires. Okay. So that happened when I was in the replay. Obviously that's a bug with the replay, but it's still cool how things like this can fail. So we'll remove these failures. There we go. So now we should have no failures. But anyways, over here you can see all the failures you can have. It's quite in depth. Engine one over here, engine two, engine three. Those are all gonna be the same. Fuselage. We have various failures over here. We also have tail failures, so like APU, yaw dampers, stuff like that. Okay, and then lastly the wings. And then you could also just click on it over here to see it like that. And then you can inspect it. I'm not gonna do it 'cause it's gonna take a little time, but they'll check for any failures to make sure everything is working. So yeah, it's really really cool. It's really in depth. You can change the aircraft stage over here and its perform routine maintenance. And then this is just to see it on your phone. Anyways, it's really cool. I think the extended simulation package is well worth your money. It's only $5, and now we see over here the warning has gone away. So anyways, our IRS is now aligned, so we can change this to plan mode. We'll then zoom in a little bit, and we'll check, make sure we have no discontinuities, no oddities in our plan plan. Make sure the plane is drawing the route correctly and everything looks good. Okay, that looks good, vector, and then it'll be the final for the ILS 1A left into Memphis. Perfect. Alright, so we'll get our EPU started. You just click the EPU power button. This plane is very automated. You'll be surprised at how automated it is. It sort of feels like flying an Airbus in a way. The systems kind of feel like a mix between Airbus and Boeing. I think it's a really cool, unique aircraft. That out. So yeah, like I said, I want to go through the EFD. Here we have our services, our state, various options for the aircraft. And then parts, of course. So let's check what our taxi is gonna look like. So we said we're departing runway 26 left. If I'm not mistaken. Yep. So we're somewhere in this area over here. We're just going to be pushing back to the right, taking Alpha 11 all the way down to Alpha, and then Bravo to runway 26 left. Probably if you starting, we can set our MCP over here. We'll go 169 knots. Maybe flight level 320. Arm nav. Nav, this is probably not going to work now because we're far off track, but once we line up, I'll arm nav again. It has an arm. So we're going to have trim of 5.9 for takeoff. So we'll set that now. Or, yeah, I'm going to have to on for the hydraulics. Okay, that's fine. We get our APU bleed on. Seatbelt smoke signs to auto. Light on. The lights armed. And that should be, like I said, like guys, I'm not a real MD-11 pilot, so like I can't guarantee I'm doing everything accurate. I'm not following a checklist or anything. I'm just going with what I've known flying this aircraft in the sim. So we have all that set. We're gonna go to services. We'll close our doors. We'll put our parking brake on. We'll disconnect the GPU and we'll remove the wheel shell. Perfect. The aircraft looks all good now. So yeah, it'll probably be. We'll push back to the left. Take that taxi over there. That'll be a bit quicker. So if you're wondering, this is the default Atlanta, the default Asobo Atlanta that comes with MSFS 2024. We're flying into Memphis. I do have the scenery, but I used the MSFS add-on syncer and I forgot to enable it, so it's gonna be default scenery for the arrival, unfortunately. But hopefully it won't be too bad.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Nice. Waiting for GSX to connect the code.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
I will push back to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Go back to the cockpit view. A little bit. It actually take a little bit to load in this plane. It's like, alright, I can take off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Starting
So to start our engines, all we're gonna do is turn the ignition on. We're gonna click start button for engine number 3, which is the right hand engine. We'll wait for N2 to rise to about 25% and then we'll introduce fuel. Now we can add fuel to the engine. Enjoy the engine start over here. Oh, I think I pushed back the wrong way, but it's okay. I meant to do it to the left. Sounds like the engine's got a good start. Yep. So the correct engine start procedure on the M11 is now to do engine number 1. We do the engine on top of the fuselage last.
Please set parking brakes.
Yeah, we'll start the parking. One sec.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, we'll introduce Phil.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
We got a good start on engine number 1, and now we'll start engine number 3. I'll look to the outside view for this. The MD-11 is very cool, unique looking aircraft. I love it. Tried to actually. Okay, we'll add fuel to engine number 2. Go, that's all 3 engines started. We're gonna go flaps 12 now. See those flaps come down, perfect. Alright, we're gonna turn our APU bleed off. APU power can come off. Gonna get nose light to taxi. We're gonna set our trim to 5.9 units. 6, 5.9, there we go, perfect. Yeah, we have our limiter set, everything should be good to go. Forgot to turn the transponder on. What happens, you don't set a random over there. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna be taxiing runway 26 left. Plane needs quite a bit of power to taxi, especially when we're flying a freighter. A little bit unfortunate, you can't see yourself on the map. I'll definitely make taxiing easier. But simple taxi here anyway, so not at the end of the world. So if there's one critique I guess that I have after this update, the sounds, don't get me wrong, they're better. When this plane was in 2020 before this update, the sounds were like probably a 4 out of 10 to be honest. Especially the reversers. It was just like no matter what level of reverser you had, it was the same sound. It was really bad. I'd probably say they're like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Not terrible. They're not the best. I wouldn't mind seeing a sound pack from like Immersive Audio or Boris come out at some point. I don't think they do the roar of the engines justice. You see on takeoff, they sound kind of quiet. Go left over here. For some reason, it's not letting me zoom in on the chart. I don't know if that's a bug, TFB, or what. Alright, Alpha 6, is that where we want to be? Oh, we want to go down this way. Feels very nice to taxi, it feels heavy. I go side to side, there's definitely some momentum. Okay, I can't just turn right away. The ground model's pretty nice. Good answer. You can see how nose up the elevators are. A big complaint from pilots flying the real MD-11 is that the elevators are too small. So this plane is pretty hard to land, very hard to flare. Beautiful day in Atlanta. Also, if you're wondering what add-on I'm using for the head shake and the wing views and stuff, it's Chase Plane. I highly recommend it. Probably one of the best purchases I've had in the sim. You know, I got used to the default camera. It's not too bad, but Chase Plane is just a whole nother level. Now, if anybody knows how to get rid of these annoying co-pilots that look like they're flying a 172, let me know. Cross runway 26 right. Okay, we're pushing the whole shoreline over here. We'll just pretend we were cleared for takeoff. So we'll get our landing lights on and nose light to takeoff. Two wind stocks over there for some reason. So both default airports for you. Hold on. Pretty big aircraft, so you want to overshoot the center line a little bit when you make it. There we go. Okay, we'll arm nav now. Throttle. And when I put them up, it should land. And put that there. positive rate. Yep. Yeah, the engine sounds aren't terrible. They could be better. I love that flyby though. It's so cool. Sounds amazing. Turn the autopilot on. And go flaps up. They've also improved the wing flex and it looks much better now as well. Something you'll notice.
Stabilizer motion.
And we'll go flap. Turn our nose light off. Our landing gear is up. Alright, very simple departure of Atlanta. MD-11 is a pretty simple aircraft to fly, at least automation-wise. Pretty hard to land though, which we'll see on the landing. Climbing at 3.8 thousand feet. 3,800 feet per hour. We're pretty light as far as an MD-11 goes. We have a lot of cargo, but this is less than a 2-hour flight, so we do not have any fuel at all. Okay, there's 10,000. We'll go landing lights off. Track those, reduce our drag a little bit as well. And the plane is going to put down to climb for 310. Now that we're up here, I think we may as well take a little bit of a look around the cockpit and everything. So, one thing you'll notice if you have it in 2020 is the textures are just massively improved everywhere. It really looks like up to 2024 standards now. Before, the cockpit was quite bad. Well, bad is a little bit harsh, but it wasn't great. See the overhead over here, the texturing. It looks like a Warren aircraft. It looks really good. I really like it. Come up over here. One thing about the extended simulation package is that the circuit breakers actually work. I'm not gonna touch them because I don't want to mess up the airplane. But not all of them work, as you can see. A lot of them are and off, but some do work. I mouse over them, you can see. That's really cool. I don't know if these over here work. I think it's mainly. Oh yeah, some of them do. Okay. Yeah, it's very cool. Let me see these back over here. See if any of these are functional. Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, they are. So yeah, not all of the circuit breakers are working, but some of them do. I think probably just the ones that you need for the failures they've implemented. Let me see stuff like this around the cockpit. Very well done. Very spacious cockpit. That's oxygen over here. That's the maybe not this. Where's yeah. Yeah. You can open the cockpit door, which brings us over to here. Some seating for the crew. Assuming none of these buttons work, I wouldn't expect them to. That works. Not gonna open it now. I'm gonna be able to anyways, but very cool. So you can open the emergency door as well. I'm not sure if it actually shows slides coming out of the airplane. I would have to test that. So the cargo door works as well. You can open it and close it with that. Not all the buttons work here though. Still very, very cool. Obviously the access to the cargo bay is closed by, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but with chase plane we can go through the walls. We see we have our cargo over here. It's FedEx branded. It's really, really, really cool that it's done by the delivery maker. Obviously a very, very tight cargo compartment, fully packed over here. And you also notice the sounds changing as I move back towards the airplane. Really, really nice. Yeah, that brings us to the back. The texturing of the floor is okay. It looks like a 2D texture. Maybe some 3D modeling there would have been nice to make it look a little bit better, but it's a minor complaint. I'm not one to care too much about cabins. You know, as long as they look like this, they exist, they look pretty good. It's fine. I'd rather not lose performance. But yeah, it looks really, really, looks really pretty good. I like the cargo containers. If I go to the outside of the airplane, they can put this texturing over here. The rivets and stuff look well done. Of course, when you get close, they look a little bit low res, but just don't be that close and they look good. Yeah, I can't say I have much to complain about modeling and texturing. I definitely think they've improved it a lot. It's only a $5 upgrade if you want to get it in 2024, so it's definitely worth the money. And if you're like me, for somebody who just wants a little bit more accurate systems, some failures and stuff, another $5 for the extended simulation upgrade is definitely worth the price as well. So in total, I paid $10 to upgrade from 2020 to 2024. Which is actually a cup of coffee, unlike somebody. I digress. Back over here. We'll close the door. Perfect. Now we're through 18,000 feet, so we'll go standard on the altimeter. Alright. So yeah, if you already own this airplane for 2020, definitely get the $5 upgrade fee. Definitely worth it. It's definitely one of the best planes in the sim now for sure. Before it was far from it, but now it's definitely up there. Still not the best, but it's one of the best. It's at least top 10 for sure. Maybe top 5. And if you're like me, who enjoys a tri-jet, the MD-11 is beautiful, you cannot go wrong. But the question is also, if you don't own this airplane already, whether it's worth it. My answer so far is going to be yeah, still worth it. Still a great airplane. Definitely think you'll enjoy it. It's a nice change from all the Boeing and Airbus that we have in the sim. This feels like something new, something fresh, new experience. Highly, highly recommend. Alright guys, once I get to cruise, I'll leave some cinematics going and I'll fast forward until top of descent. A couple more minutes until top of climb, I think. Yeah. one very cool thing about the MD-11 is, like I said, it's really automated. I only press the APU button to turn it on, and then the APU bleed button to turn the APU bleed on. Another cool automatic feature is the clock. You know how Airbus or Boeing, you gotta press the clock button to start it? MD-11, it automatically starts when you take off. So it's really, really cool. Very automated aircraft. And while we're here, I may as well just go through the various pages, the FMC, so you guys can check that out. Here we have our direct page and intercept page, intercepting a fix at a certain course. We're just going direct. I'm not going to go direct menu right now, but you would just click this, and then that, yeah, that. Okay. Here's our nav page. This is where we're going to put our ILS and stuff, which we'll do. May as well do that now for flight. So we'll go dispatch arrival airport chart. Memphis. It's going to be scroll down all these waypoints. ILS 18 left. Go to our charts here. ILS or localizer runway 18 left. It's going to be localizer 111.5 and final approach course 18. Perfect, that's in there now. So when we arm land, we'll intercept the localizer and flight slope. Let's just confirm that 111.5, 180, 11. There we go, 11.15. That is why you double check in aviation. Change that. There we go. Perfect. Hey, we have a performance page. You can see our climb, cruise, and descent. Our init page, that's the beginning of the flight before we take off and do everything. All our weights, uh, route, flight number, flight level, etc. Takeoff and landing stuff. So looks like our approach speed is gonna be pretty high. Yeah, like I said, the MD-11 is not a very easy airplane to land. Flight plan page, progress page, fix, secondary flight plan. I guess this is gonna be your ACARs and stuff. Be over here. Menu, ACARs. Yeah, so much. Yeah, don't worry, ACARs there. And then maintenance. Don't want to press any of that now, but not sure. If I just go over here, I think it's in this behavior. I did see a. Oh, there we go. Pause stop and descent. So yeah, there is pause stop and descent in this airplane, which is really, really helpful for long hauls. But I don't think there's automatic step climb. From what I can see. So if that would be included, that would be nice for us to like do our overnight long. Alright. So we're gonna be at top of descent probably in about, I'm not sure. $15 minutes? 15 minutes. Okay. So I'll set a time lapse going for you guys, and then yeah, I'll be back at top of descent. Or just before. Okay, guys, I'm back. Just about 2 minutes to top of descent. So let's pull up. I'll bring altitude down to probably I think 3,000. I'll check the trajectory on that. First, what was our runway again? 20. Yeah, 3,000 works. Okay, put that in there. DNAV should do its thing once we get to top of descent. And let's see if we can pull out the METAR from the cars. I'm not sure if it'll work. Weather is going to be. Yeah, I haven't put in my Hoppy cars code, so I don't think we can get anything. Fine. Cool if you can see the METAR in the TFD, but nothing there. Alright, no problem. Alright, so I just picked up the METAR, skinny altimeter 301. Oh shoot. Okay. I was hoping I could preset it like on Boeing, but it'll be 3010. Set that one so we can begin descending. And then winds are 240 at 13, so it'll be a slight crosswind, but nothing too bad. Top of the section beginning now. In a few seconds. There we go. The initial descent to 14,000. See the heat from the engines down there. Pretty cool. Nice duck. Big clear skies is in Memphis as well. Few clouds at 25,000. Exactly what we're seeing now, so Microsoft good job with the weather. Quick flyback. So guys, I'm gonna do a MD-80 flight on the channel soon. I'm waiting for the immersive audio sound pack to come out. The developer said it's gonna come out soon in their Discord, so hopefully sometime soon I'll do a flight. I've done a few flights on the 2020 version. It's a pretty good aircraft. It's not kind of similar like this. 2020 didn't look that great, but they've improved it quite a bit visually. The problem is the sounds are still really, really bad. So it's not that enjoyable to fly when it sounds so off. So I'm just waiting for the update to come out, and then I'll make a video on the MD-80 as well for sure. Alright, plane is wanting us to add drag, so we will comply. Wants to go down to 280. Not gonna go for big, not really needed. Just a little bit. Now I hope TFDi comes out with their 717. For MSFS, I had it back in P3D, and it was fantastic. Very fun aircraft to fly. Pretty similar systems-wise to the MD-11. Plane still wants me to add drag, but it doesn't really look like we need it. Not even at the throttle. Yeah, they're good. Perfect. Alright, just before we pass through 18,000, we'll set the altimeter to 3010. Oh, it looks like a new Metar literally just came out. It's going to be 3005. Love the winglets on this plane. Like, go out over here. Kind of reminds me of the 737 Max. Rivets there look fantastic. Like, I can see where the windows are supposed to be. No windows on the freighter. Or very few windows on the freighter. Oh. Guess that's a glitch. Gotta be an exterior view. Alright, next for Leroux, we want to be there for 10,000. Nash was, or Mash was 14,000, so that looks like maybe a little bit high. I think the plus probably means above 14,000, which I think I see the profile right here. Good. There you go, waiting on the sets again. For those of you who have the MD-11, let me know what you think of the update. So wait down to 250 before we go under 10,000. sure why this wants us to go down to 200 feet. Which arrival were we on? It was advanced 2. We're currently at Susie, which is don't I see Susie? Maybe 210. Okay, so that's what I want to do. That's fine. But if we have to go that slow, it looks like we're gonna have to get some flaps out or some flats. Flaps coming down. There's Memphis Airport down there. Fortunately, guys, sorry, it's default scenery. I completely forgot to enable it. But at least the area around this still looks good. We go 3000, and we're gonna expect the radar vectors at or after Hexen. No wait to see, so I know I'm gonna get radar vectors at that time. Photogrammetry down there looking fantastic. MSFS 24 looks very, very good. I don't have any add-ons installed, by the way, for scenery right now. This is all default. I don't have Rex Atmos or anything. I'm considering getting Rex Atmos, but I don't know. I feel like the sim just looks so good already. Doesn't need it, I feel like. That was the lights on, and those level keep off. There's your gears down. Or up. And then I'm gonna try to do this. It doesn't work like how it does in a Boeing. Towers down there. And Microsoft Flight Sim looks so good. I've been flying X-Spin a lot recently. X-Spin looks good too, don't get me wrong, but every time I hop at the MSFS, I'm like, wow, this looks incredible.
Altitude.
Alright, 1000 to go for 3000, perfect. Get the Hexen, we'll vector ourselves to rise. And then we'll arm the approach and land button to intercept the ILS runway 18 left Memphis. Okay, there's 3,000. We'll wait once we cross Hexton, and then I'll vector myself. There we go. Over here. Little bit past. Heading 245 for the vector. We're gonna go manual speed 210. Keep that. Love the rivets on this last. It looks great. Wing texturing looks fantastic. A little bit left. Shot level intercept is always better for the autopilot. Right land is armed. 210 is good. Should be intercepting the localizer very, very soon. There we go. There's a localizer coming alive on the bottom. Plane's trying to intercept it now. Okay, we can get flaps in, and we'll bring ours down. I'll go 190. Our approach speed is so high, we really don't have to slow down very much. We're pushing at 162 knots, which is absolutely insane. And the 11 has some crazy high approach speeds, that's for sure. Alright, 12 miles out. I'll see, I'll go back to 300. We only have to slow down about 40 knots at that point. We're still pretty far out, so. At the FAF, we'll go gear down. And it's gonna be flaps 35 today. Flaps 50 is way too much drag. I'll go 180 now. Or 190. Go down a little bit.
2,500.
We'll gear down. Just get some drag in. Add some more flaps. Flap 28. And reduce speed to 1. Okay, gear down, pretend we're clear for landing, landing light, nose landing light on.
Stabilizer motion.
Arm our spoiler, get our auto brakes on, and go flat. Sorry, get it armed. Then we'll go 162 knots.
Stabilizer motion.
And let's record this landing. I'm gonna go 165 knots because we're pretty nose up right now. Pretty slow. Right, there's 1,000.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Autopilot.
I gotta
Autopilot.
click the button on the yoke. There we go. Alright. That took me a little bit off track there, but we're good. Alright, just trying to keep 165 knots and keep us on the flights open. A little bit high now. Speed of descent, reduce the power slightly.
500.
Add some power, we're a little bit slow.
400.
About a 20 knot crosswind right now.
Approaching minimum.
Ideal.
Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Like a little bit of a hard landing, I think, but I don't think it was too bad. Well, a little bit off the center line there. Add some reversers. And brake. Let's go out of throttle now. Alright guys, welcome to Memphis. Pretty enjoyable flight. And a great aircraft. Great update by TFDi. Look, taxi charge. I think it's probably gonna be to the left here, maybe. I think that's the cargo ramp there. I'm not sure. It's default scenery. It's really hard to tell. Default scenery doesn't even have accurate taxiway letters, so I couldn't even follow that. So we'll just go this way. At least it did it in 2020. It may have been 2024, and it may be a mistake, but I don't think it does. Okay, we can go flaps up. Get our APU on. So I forgot to turn that. Oh, a little bit off center line there. I have a feeling this isn't a cargo ramp. Very tight. Really annoying that you don't have to see yourself on the map. Most other add-ons are able to do that. Feeling this may be a GA ramp over here, but it's okay. I will take this parking right here. Nice. Alright, shut down our engines. Get beacon light off. This off. Yeah, perfect. Hey guys, welcome to Memphis. So, my final thoughts on the new update for the MD-11. If I have to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8, maybe 8.5. Only thing really bringing it down is the sounds are not terrible. They're just not as good as the rest of the airplane, I don't think. The flight model, the systems, the modeling, the texturing is all fantastic. Definitely recommend it. Definitely worth the price. If you're a fan of the MD-11, obviously it's a no-brainer. If you've only flown Airbus and Boeing, I still probably think it's not necessarily a no-brainer, but definitely worth your money. It's something new, something enjoyable to fly, gives you new routes. And the trijet, who doesn't love a trijet? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll just play some replays on the lining now that you guys can enjoy. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you. See ya.